the pioneers, tearing through history. This is our destiny.
And we're live into the action here, ATK Wildcard, and it starts on Anubis. And Anubis, well, this is going to be a really interesting tempo setter. It's been a good map for Wildcard. It was a good map once upon a time for ATK, but it's been a bit rough in their latest excursion. So, John, we can have some fun here.
Yeah, we certainly do. It's going to be interesting. Wildcard did come out victorious in their last matchup against ATK on Anubis, 19-16. They're hoping to repeat at least the W. I'm not sure they want to make it all the way to overtime. They'd like to secure it in regulation. And on the ATK side, well, I mean, we're hoping to see a stronger performance from them than we've seen in recent days. And looks Light's going to get the headshot onto Rex. So great start for Wildcard, and they've already taken the A site, Mike.
That's such a weird setup for Bowden. I mean, they're just waiting, I guess, for the play to come to them, but they're so far back that by the time you're swinging, they're right up in your face. So I think they expected some more noise to be made, but because Wildcard went quiet, because they went contact, is disastrous. Now you've just got these two players retaking 2v5. This is a non-starter for ATK, and indeed, it's just going to be straight execution. Swisher at least gets one back the other way, but you cannot imagine there's a world where he pulls off this retake, and indeed, they will all swing en masse. So it's not happening. That one goes perfectly for Wildcard. The contact play yields dividends.
Yeah, you see Freshie getting on the mix, Micro as well. The entire team has been performing well in their first 4 maps of play so far this season, but at the top, actually, Freshie as a rifler in entry, 85 frags, plus 34 kill to death differential, 96.6 ADR. Talking about him getting entries or openers, he's got 13 of them, also leads the team there with 24.7% attempts to get entries and a 54.2% success rate. So he's certainly an important piece, and I mean, the entire Wildcard squad, like I said, coming together well, but that's a great opener. Swisher gets the headshot, Swishy.
Oh my
and
God.
DJ doing the work with the USPs. What is happening?
A 1v1. A 1v1. Rex alone. He's got to be very careful. Wanted a gun, of course, but realizes he's vulnerable. Lack of head armor, I think, for some of the Wildcard players.
Yeah.
Means those USPs are lethal. That's insane. I mean,
4 of them didn't have head armor. Am I mistaken in saying that? Because it felt like it.
I think at least one of those players may have just peppered down by a lot of USP bullets.
Perhaps.
But certainly a few of them seem to be without hats.
Yeah.
And that's big trouble. The bomb's down. The bomb's down as well. So Rex can have a chance to get a rifle. And he's completely switched places as well. He knows the bomb's down. So he's going to come back around. Can wait for the audio cue here from Brett. Brett's got full util, but he needs to cut noise just because he's got no information about this. Now he's Thunderfoot. He's stomping it. Oh, Rek, you got to reposition now. You don't have the armor for this fight. You don't have the armor for it, but he trusts his aim, and that leads him astray. So a recovery there. Still, with 5 USPs coming into the round, that is astonishingly expensive.
That's like everything happening towards water and bridge. Just a cluster of X's, as you saw there on the map. ATK's pushing up. Wildcard's trying to get in position to get their hit going, their execute, and just chaos. Thanks to Wildcard not really investing in head armor. It's important on round number 2 because, well, you're up against USPs and they get some pretty nifty damage up against unarmored opponents. So anyway, Wildcard perhaps learning the lesson there, but they still get the round even though it's extremely costly, and you can see it in the state of their economy right now. Freshie and Cryptic are hovering around boat with Micro. Looks like the bulk of their forces are going to be attacking A. They do have the Lurk, who's Brett. Already got 3 frags to his name, and maybe going to get one more here if he wins the engagement with Swisher. He may just decide to fall off here and join his teammates, and he does. Oh, Rex spotted as well. He's in a really tough spot here behind Cake.
He is indeed, but he's still going to get a kill out of it. Still making something happen, sets up his teammate as well. That's about the best he could have done in that situation. Now, ATK may allow the bomb plant. It seems like they're going to concede and play retake, but they've got the numbers here. Choke point smoke. Not a bad counter here for Wildcard, and Mystic gets caught. The spam just brings him down. That's huge. So now, instead of having the numbers coming into the retake, they're stuck in the bottleneck. And, I mean, Bowden's been really slow to develop this on the flank. They had a player get caught here previously, so he seems to be very wary. And they don't have kits, John. They can't wait forever. They got to go now if they're going to do it. Bowden down on the flank. That's another kill in. DJ's just got to get out of here.
Wow. thought that ATK would have something there with Swisher and Rec combining for 2 frags on the entry attempt by Wildcard, but afterwards things just fall apart and no one can really capitalize on that man advantage. Obviously, Brett spammed through the smoke, getting a little lucky, connecting on a frag helps, but ATK just looked completely flat afterwards. And if you look at the frags so far this season in the 5 maps they played, it has been Rec and Swisher. Excuse me, 117 frags for Rec, 111 for Swisher, but after that it falls off quite a bit. Missed him at 97, DJ 83, and Bowden at the bottom with 76. And you know, we talked about Bowden having it's a big impact for him to be in Europe because usually he's the one taking care of the fragging duties, going for opening duels with the AWP, but his ping is just really hurting him right now.
To me, the main problem is Mistim, right? Mistim's been such a huge piece for this team. Both fragments tend to go in concert for each other, so bit of concern there. That's a nice round for Mistim. D getting it done, and again, the limited buy, making some noise here. Boden's going with the Zeus. Love this from Bowden. Compensate for ping? Well, you only need 1 shot to land. Just the prongs of that taser, and with a man advantage here, the 1 rifle having already had impact in the hands of DJ. See, Wildcard are very nervous about this one. Rec back in the angle, a little bit of confirmation there.
I mean, so far having trouble with these ecos.
Yeah, most decidedly. Seems like this is eventually going to be a take in towards B, based on lean of the players as we hit a minute on the clock.
Bowden's got a Zeus out though, Mike, in a really cheeky spot.
Yeah, they got a hard clear him. They got a hard clear him, and even then, Rec from the cave can have some impact. I was going to say Swisher was decently close in hand for the rotation, but he's facing further in towards A, so it's going to be a minute before he can get over here. DJ, of course, with the big gun, not remotely close at hand, so bit of a problem there. Seems like they're going to clear. Oh, the diligence here, and Boden's going to be dead. So nicely done. First threat out of the round. Not going to call it a big threat. It was a threat. D close up. Good damage. No kill, though. So far, stabilizing. Now the question is, what can DJ get done with this A4? The angle, wide angle, though. Damage done, but no kills just yet. There's the tags. All right, here's DJ in. The big green down. Players are low. Swisher can connect with that D. Down to the 1v1. And DJ's got it. He pulls it off. Around they brought a single gun into. And ATK are on the board.
I mean, DJ has had his struggles at times, but wow, that is a critical moment for him to come through with the clutch. Was the only rifle really in the round there for ATK, and he gets the 3K, ensures that the 1v1 does not fall by the wayside, and just caught Wildcard off guard. They didn't expect him to be coming around in that direction. Nicely done. Good movement. Good shots. ATK cracked the scoreboard in an unlikely round, and because of how tightly contested all these rounds have been, the money isn't great for Wildcard, and you see it in the fact they have to settle for a couple of Galils and a MAC-10, and the util is rough. Only 2 smokes and 2 Molotovs. Quite a few flashbangs, but the execute is going to have to be very decisive. They're not going to have the luxury of going for a fake or anything deceptive here.
Getting more aggressively postured. A has seemed to be the problem for them early. Oh, missed him. Trying to fly out for that Canals control. Finds himself on the business end of Slights up. So a man down early in this gun round. Already concerning signs, but Bowden will bring it back. Flirting with the smoke there from the bridge, but he gets away with it, and he's not even tagged on the retreat. Better than that. Send a nade out their way. Why not? So numbers recovered here, John, but... not a lot of information for Wildcard to operate with.
No. And they're still not really in any type of position to take either bomb site, so they're going to have to make a decision. Do they go to A or B? A couple of players on each side of the map eventually going to need to regroup here. B wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, I mean, Bowden's rotating quite heavily towards the A site, so B is exceptionally vulnerable. And oh no for ATK. This is where they're going to hit. Oh no, Micro!
That helps.
No!
That makes this retake a little bit more viable. Micro puts his teammate down. Now Bowden's back on the angle in time. And then support coming into the form of Swisher swinging out. This would be bold for Bowden. Needs to wait for his teammates to come in to join him. Micro's trying to zone this before this retake can get on. Rec's very slow into this, but he's holding for this exact play, and that's why he was being patient, waiting for the aggression to come to him. All in a Micro now. First player found. His teammates salvaged up. Got to try and make this happen. Realizes distracting him to set up this swing, but Rek swings past the angle in time enough for the defuse. A little bit touch and go there, but ATK build too.
I mean, that was the right decision from Micro. He realized that the bait play was on, that someone would try to likely come around and flank from Connector. He's waiting for it, but not an opper on most days, so he can't hit that shot perhaps as well as Slight could have. And, well, he falls by the wayside, giving ATK their second round. So in that situation, Micro, I mean, obviously he's just trying to section off the frag, and Cryptic was also able to get that frag right before Micro fires. Just an unfortunate circumstance for them, and the TK hurts them significantly in that situation. So Wildcard going to be, oh yes, the nade is pretty chonky. Swisher's also eating a lot of damage. He could be the first death nade, he is. That's going to be Rek will upgrade maybe, but Rek closes the gap and gets the bomb dropped at his feet. Nicely done.
Yeah, this is a big one. And of course, with that bomb down, they don't have to worry about the A site. It's always the risk of shifting Rek off, but he's done great work in this. They'll be able to clean it up. Bit of damage done, considering the investment into the round. It's not terrible for Wildcard, but for ATK, 3 in a row is a great sign of some added stability. The money hasn't quite built just yet, but they got a little bit of reserves. They don't have to be super nervous about every fight.
Yeah. No, this is going to be a close one, as I mentioned. We're already seeing the back and forth start here. ATK, 3 in a row. It feels like ATK's been, I guess, the better team so far, due to the fact that Wildcard, despite their 3-round run at the beginning, ATK did so much damage to them and hurt their economy a lot. And you see it here still having an impact, even in round number 7, because they can't get full util. Will be 4 AKs in an op, so still have the guns they want. But utility-wise, ATK, again, has the edge. And Mistim's watching here into Connector. The Molotov's been tossed. Micro and Cryptic are about to push up. Mistim could get caught with utility in his hands, so that smoke will make life a little bit more difficult for Wildcard. They might want to wait perhaps a few moments longer. And Slight catches off Bowden, getting a little too antsy over at Bridge.
Bowden had success with that peak before, right? Wanted to see if he could replicate it, but this time Slight gets the better of him. That's a big kill to find in towards mid. There's actually no mid presence currently for ATK. Fortunately for them, Wildcard don't seem to want to press that just yet. They've got the canals play. The aggression out B main. Oh, it's not expected. Brett, he's lost it, and now DJ brings back another kill. DJ's got support as well. The utility going in. Micro's kind of stuck here and can't find the pick he's looking for. Tons of damage back the other way. They're a little stalled out here. Our Wildcard, they've still got smokes to try and get towards the site, but the reinforcements are coming through, and well, Micro, I think, is trying to secure a little bit of a bailout, but he's not going to expect Rek. This is such an off angle. There's just no world where he's ready for it. So now the options are closed. You got to go this way. You know they've got that forward posturing outside of A. What do you have for us, Slight and Freshy? This is tough with 20 seconds to go, and
I think it's a save.
I think they might just save it.
Yeah. I mean, they don't know where anyone is on the bomb site. I mean, obviously there are players that could be on their flanks, so they need to just say, this needs to be a save. We don't have that much money going to the next round, even though the loss bonus is going to build up a little bit. Keep the op and the AK, along with the util and armor. It's more valuable than trying to go for something that's exceptionally unlikely at this point. Even with DJ and Mistim at low HP, that's unconfirmed damage. And Wildcard,
I think ATK are grateful to get through that with those two players still up, right? Considering how close they were to going down. Now the money can really start to swell. Now you've got 4 rounds in a row. This is where we really see them take the momentum away. And you've got this awkward money situation where you're going to have to invest around it. You got another weekend buy. It feels like Wildcard have kind of fallen into this pit of chasing these buys, not having all the utility, not having all the tools that they want. Get these rounds going. Smoking to cave to try and limit that aggression early on. This is interesting. Could be a faster A play off the back of it. That nade. Oh, that hurts. Freshy's going ahead of the smoke. And that's what they were hoping for. That was the check. Swisher trying to swing into it. Didn't expect the boost up. Well, he does get the dink on Freshy. Honestly, surprising that he managed to bring that through. And Slight's reading this. He's reading the aggression. ATK want to get in their face. And Slight has punished them for it.
Like I told you, Slight is a very solid opper, and he's showing it here. 2 frags, nice movement to get up to his 9th in the map and leads the team. And I think the server, yeah, he's got the most frags of anyone here.
It's all about Bowden. It's all about Bowden. He gets the shadow. He's able to get away as well. They know the op's here. They know they can abuse that, but DJ falling elsewhere is going to coax them back the other direction, and now Rek is gone as well, so it's just Bowden they have to worry about. Oh, but he's a big problem. He's a big problem, this Bowden Master. might need to think about the save, but he wants another shot, wants another chance. Doesn't have the ping, maybe he hits that, but as it is, just no way Brett will lay him low.
Yep, nice round for Wildcard. Good control towards mid, right? They got that boost up working at the beginning of the round to section off Swisher, and after that, working that mid control well, and Bowden at least makes it interesting with a couple of frags, but at the end of it, like you said, his ping kind of cost him, and then he took a step too far into the Molotov. So we're tied up again, 4-4, and it looks like we got a bit of a swing round coming through here. Not much money left on the ATK side, and the loss bonus only at 1,900, so an important round for them to come through with should they want to get the advantage here on the CT side. Same story for Wildcard, though. Money is a little bit tight, but they do have the loss bonus to back off on, and they upgraded some rifles in that previous round for free. She's spamming through. So is Micro, and Micro's going to be one to get the opener onto Swisher, which has not had the best of luck in his opening duels today.
No, I mean, it feels like in general ATK have been a little hit or miss with this opening aggression, right? They want to get aggressive. They want to get in your face. Just has not necessarily been paying attention.
And I mean, Swisher and Mistim are the ones who usually are going for those fights. You're looking at Mistim 26.1% of the time. He's going for opening duels, and 27.5% of the time for Swisher. They've got 41 opening frags so far this season combined. But here, they've been quieted by Wildcard for the most part.
Little crispy, but DJ's damage back in turn, not really worth the exchange, and now he's stuck. Has support, but they need to kill quickly. Mistim's only going to get one, but Rex here on the flank, and that is now putting a little bit of problems on this. DJ just through the smoke, trying his luck, it's working. Rex taken down, and in the same breath, Bowden Master falls. That round gets a little spicier than expected with the early advantages for Wildcard, but still able to cruise through, and now they've got an eco out of ATK.
Yeah, the back and forth continues here. 2 in a row for Wildcard. But ATK, like we talked about before that round got underway, were in a position where they needed to win, or otherwise their economy was going to suffer. And we've seen some crazy rounds, especially as of late on the ecos, but I don't know if ATK is going to be able to do this. Just the 2 USPs, the Deagle and 2 P250s up against a full-on buy from Wildcard. No players without the head armor this time, except for Brett. I don't know why, but yeah, Brett doesn't have head armor. Slight going to get the shot onto Mistim. That's a quick 5v4. Brett likely going to hard clear this left corner, and he's already tossed a nade. DJ eats that. Oh, goodness, down to 31.
This is something we've seen from Wildcard, something that's working out very nicely for them, right? They exert just a little bit of initial pressure, and then they kind of wait to see what the response is going to be. And ATK have been giving them a lot of responses. I mean, you see it here as well. Bowden trying to fly in to set up his teammate, knowing, you know, that with the ping, he's not really got much of a fight into this. So we've just got Swisher. I'm curious if we see an adjustment come through from ATK, where they sit a little bit more in towards the sites. Because right now, I mean, obviously, you get a little bit of an issue, where if you're going to sit on the angles, you want your op to be able to do that. You just can't, really, for ATK right now.
Yeah.
But, I do feel like maybe just you know, one round of more of a passive hold, letting Wildcard play that first minute of the round out with no real contact. Curious to see how that would go.
We're not going to have the op this time, and of course with that high ping, sometimes you have the advantage going for those wide swings, right? Trying to get the edge, and it just not always, right? It's a bit of a gamble in either case, as a wide swing usually is, but we'll see if Bowden can capitalize a little bit. 6-4 for Wildcard.
Look at those nades on Bowden. Oh, that's hot.
Wow.
That's from the canals in towards A site. That's just a mortar shot. Wow. That is... Woof. They got lucky on this one. It's completely unconfirmed damage, but he was in the exact right place for those nades to have impact. And look at this. Wildcard have thrown their first foray. In this case, it's just nades, and they sit. This is what we've seen from them. A lot of this sitting, waiting for ATK to deliver them a fight. And it's worked quite a bit, so why change things up? But for ATK... they seem to be showing more patience here. You can tell from their mid-hold, right? Swisher is so far back. He's not flirting with the doors. He's not getting aggressive with the bridge peak. He's chilling. Now, the problem with that is they've got no information to get the quick rotating towards B, and it seems like that's the way the hit's coming. But Molotovs in the right moment are stalling this out just a little bit, and now Swisher's getting activated in mid-late. This is going to get very interesting. The mid-fight from Swisher could be huge. There's no one watching this. The players are below in Canal. The timing could be everything. Now Cryptic is looking for it. But as they rotate, it seems towards an A fight with no information. This is very interesting. Rex rotated off. It's a fake. It's just a fake. Now with these kills having come through, they're realizing it. They're realizing this is a fake, but they've already over-rotated. So A is so vulnerable. It's just a wounded Bodenmaster to hold this with a FAMAS and no health. But the bomb's down. So, okay, you've taken the site. What does it matter? Why was Micro separated from the team? That's what you got to wonder. But whatever the reason, the result is that the C4 is out of play, and they don't have time to go for this round. They've lost this. ATK just needs to live.
Exactly. And they just realized that I don't know. I was watching Micro go in the opposite direction on the minimap thinking, Micro, hello, what are you doing? What's going on? He must have heard someone and he was going for the fight by himself, maybe not realizing the bomb was on his back and he was the most critical piece to that push with so little time left. And yeah, once he goes down, it's done. And Wildcard, although I think they had the momentum, despite the fact they lost 2 players, they had the right read towards the A site and were going to likely take down that player and then get the bomb plant, which they did, but the bomb wasn't there. Oh well, yeah, a little bit of a rough one for Wildcard, but ATK will take it as they go up to 5. Round number 12 now. Wildcard will have enough to get a full-on buy up here. 4 kills up once more.
A couple of these rounds, right? Things just kind of get away. Ooh, the aggression from Rex. This is punished. Again, the early aggression from ATK getting punished. But for Wildcard, they've let a few rounds slip that should have been their advantage. You know, one against the Eco. One here as well. It's keeping ATK in this game. Aggression from Mistim. It's being held. That's holding for this. He's going to win the fight.
It's weird that ATK keeps pushing into this. It hasn't worked, and here they come handing another frag towards Wildcard. Bowden will eventually get one on Cryptic, but he's down to 12 HP, and the Molotov is burning away. He has to wait for that to dissipate. It does. Thing is, DJ's isolated all by his lonesome up against 4 players. It's going to be so difficult, even with a perfect transfer, and he gets nothing. Brett the headshot, Bowden the last one, and he'll probably just end up saving here because the money's in the tank for ATK.
I understand what ATK is trying to do. They're trying to play, I would say, the meta CT side on Anubis, which is that you have to take some aggression because it's a very tough map to defend.
Yes.
But what we're seeing is Wildcard's game plan coming into this has definitely been to punish that aggression. You know, they're holding for it, and they're shifting the AWP round in particular. This round, it was Slate opening things up on a wreck out towards the A main push. Then they shift back to catch the B main aggression. Brett's holding super passive towards that side of the map, so Mistim gets caught as he tries to take it further. And it's just a tough situation to be in for ATK. If anything, Wildcard are set to very much counter what you expect the CT side to do here. And so for ATK, it's about finding that next step. They've done it in one round. They have not been able to do it consistently. And Bowden, right at the end, cleared out by Freshie. Means that there are no guns taken through into this round.
Nice clear from Freshie, and Wildcard get up to a 7th. And I agree, you know, you do need to get that aggression going, but I mean, the round that they were successful on was when they were a little more passive and let Wildcard take the space while they waited behind for them to push into their crosshairs. And then you had an activation late from Swisher to see what was going on around mid. And I like that look. And despite the fact that they did leave one bomb site very exposed, Wildcard misplayed their hand. And ATK took it. Now they're on pistol, so of course they're going to go for aggression again, and of course Wildcard are going to be waiting for it. One and both. Good flashbang thrown, but Slight is covering. Mistim gets one. Slight manages to get himself a second. He's peeking back and forth. One player slips through into upper. Maybe they'll be able to get an advantage.
They don't know he's here. They don't know he's here. And there's the kill. There's the rifle picked up. It's a 2-on-3. And Rek tries to press it. Knows that he's stuck. Knows he has to fight one way or another. There's just not much available here. The bomb's still in mid, so there's still a world where this gets a little interesting. But at this point, Wildcard have gotten far enough away that Bowden should likely just be trying to grab a gun. Take it through into the next round. Keeping us on our toes, though, in these anti-ecos, John.
Oh, yeah. There's no question. I think both teams have been pretty spicy when they've been on the eco or anti-eco, right?
Yep.
Wildcard going to take an 8th, though, so their 3-round lead that they built up right at the start has been restored, and they will at least be taking a lead into the second half here. And if you look at Anubis over the last 3 months for Wildcard, they've really been trying to inject it into the maximum more and more, which a lot of teams are doing. And you see in the 8 maps played, they have 5 wins, 3 losses, and a plus 12 round differential. Of course, one of those wins, as we mentioned, was up against ATK. And they're trying to repeat that success before going to the usual 2 maps, if we get to a map number 3, that they play against this squad, which is Mirage, and if we need it, Inferno. ATK, they've got the guns back. No op, and Bowden eats an 8. I love the util usage. That's what I wanted to mention as well. You can see that Wildcard have been putting in the reps here on this map, timing their nades right towards Bowden on the A site from Canal. And there again, a good nade toss. Missim's going to get the opener onto Micro, though.
Wow, actually surprised that works out. I mean, that was a focal point for them, right? Watching for that cave push. We've seen it a few different rounds now where they're ready for it, but it wasn't the alt post this time. Rather, it was. Wasn't slight posted this time. Some space is being afforded towards them, towards mid, right? Swisher's a little bit more passive onto this. Pulling very far back, and oh, he's gonna get checked. That one clips the brick, so fortunately for Swisher, he's alive here, but he's not gonna be able to do much. Chime in and help out his teammates, and now he's being smoked off. Still has a Molotov he could deploy. Seems like he's a little reticent to throw that, so what do we get going here? Wildcard haven't been gifted a kill back in. 44 seconds. This slower pace from ATK, holding off the aggression, or going for the one piece and then falling off of it has worked out. And they've got Vision Canal in the form of Mistim. So he's seeing that nobody's coming this way. 30 seconds, they're rotating into an A hit with very little information.
It's going to be very tough for Wildcard. 21 seconds now. They've got to make it quick, and they've got a couple of players waiting for them. I don't know if they're going to have time. Needs to be perfect on the execute. Here they come, and they're not perfect. Rek gets a couple, but they get 2 back. They could get the plant. There's the third, and there it is. The bomb needs to be picked up, though. Nate tossed in, missed him, finds the frag, and they can't plant this bomb. Great work from ATK.
He's lost it. Oh, purely on the timing. And here's the impact of them not giving up that initial kill. Right, for ATK. Yes. If they get that kill, they get that pit Canals, and they sit. And we see from Wildcard, so much of what they want to do in the round is predicated around punishing that early aggression. And when they can't do it, it takes them a little while to figure out where they want to go with the bomb. I mean, Rek as well. Literally on fire. Sitting in the Molotov, and he gets 2. That's massive impact.
Yeah. That's it's impressive stuff from Rek. There's no question at all. Back against the wall, and he still manages to deliver. He has been so great for ATK since they brought him in as, again, just a sub. He's not even a permanent player on this roster, and he could be. That's how well he's been playing for them, but they haven't made that decision yet.
One of the things I'm really curious about, look at this push. Oh my god, Boatmaster has the huge flank. He's got all the information in the world. He's got everybody here. If Rek can stall this out at all, because they're executing A right now, Flashbang can be deployed. That's what they're trying to do. Rek's keeping the smoke. This is going to get weird. He's got one. It's now a massacre. The flank is on. They know they're surrounded. There's just nowhere to go with it. There's nowhere to go. And that's going to be Breck falling last as we go to the break.
There's fire in the atmosphere, moving in synergy. This electricity, the power of the pioneers, tearing through history. This is our destiny. We are the power. We are the change. We are the pioneers of paradise and fame. We push you louder like hurricanes. We are the pioneers. We are the pioneers. We are the power. We are the change. We are the pioneers of paradise and fame. We push you louder like hurricanes. We are the pioneers. We are the pioneers. We are the power. We are the change. We are the pioneers of paradise and fame. We push you louder like hurricanes. We are the pioneers.
Well, we're back here, folks. We should hopefully be going live in just a few moments. But let's talk about that first half, right? Very promising start for Wildcard, 3-0 off the pistol, and then they drop one to the anti-eco. They have a few of those wobbles, and suddenly you see ATK putting together 7 rounds on the defensive half, and now we got a game on our hands.
No, absolutely. I mean, look, very back and forth, and you're right. Like Wildcard just cannot handle those anti-ecos at this point, and ATK are capitalizing. It could have easily been a significant edge for Wildcard if they were just able to close ATK out cleanly, even on the second round, right? Where ATK just walks in with USPs only and make it a 1v1, right? That one hurt the economy of Wildcard, and they were still feeling the sting of that round into round number 7.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And as we got later in, right, that's where ATK figured it out. Right? Wildcard's waiting to punish aggression, waiting to see if the push-ins come in. And when ATK start fading off of that, maybe going for one push, one fight, and then fading away, you saw Wildcard start to run into issues with the clock. A couple rounds where the time really becomes an issue for them, where we have the saves coming through, where we have, you know, a hasty push in towards the site with no information. And, well, it'll be interesting to see what the game plan is in the second half. Because clearly the game plan in the first was good. They just didn't necessarily adjust in time. Now, if they've got a nice game plan here for the defense, well, I'd like to see what their plan is. I'd like to see what the thinking is. We will be getting underway. And we're off to the races here, John.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what Wildcard have in store for us on the defensive side. Got the
Quaddies.
dualies. Yeah, the quaddies, yeah. Oh, no, we're not underway.
Oh, rip. I got excited. Let's see. Let's get in the old channel. Oh, looks like we are having issues here, folks. So we're going to go get that sorted out. John needs to go get his monkey wrench and fix the server. We're going to take a quick little break here. We'll be right back.
in the hemisphere, moving in synergy. This electricity, the power of the pioneers, tearing through history. This is our destiny. We are the power. We are the change. We are the pioneers of paradise and fame. We push it louder like hurricanes. We are the pioneers. We are the pioneers.
Well, folks, we're back here. Thanks for sticking with us. We're back into the fun. Wildcard and ATK. Slim lead for Wildcard, but not quite what they were hoping for. At times it looked very good for them, and now they got to get her done on the CT side. Notoriously difficult on Anubis.
Yeah, but not a terrible T side for Wildcard either, getting those 8 rounds. So I think we're in for another very tightly contested half here between these two squads. Swisher already pushed up to the double doors at mid, and everyone for ATK is going to explode out here off the utility, but Cryptic wasn't really blinded, so he'll be able to take a few pot shots at some heads here before backing off. Swisher closing the gap. Can he hit the shots? No. Cryptic gets the opener, and now ATK's positioning also known.
They still got the space in towards mid. If they leave presence here, they can control a lot of the map. They didn't get what they wanted. They got that kill. It opens up the entirety of the map, and it isolates the A site so very much. But as it is, they're grouping back in towards B, and this is a tough read. Look at the numbers here for Wildcard. 3 players bunching to the site. Cryptic just close at hand in the temple. It's going to be really tough for them. There's first contact. Brett wins it out, and it's looking so very good on this pistol round. Nothing doing for ATK so far. Bombs isolated at B main, which means that they're going to be committed to this. Because it's actually a very soft A site right now, but they have no idea to do ATK. So into the breach they go. Need these kills to work out. Not doing anything of this sort. Cryptic shutting down what little there was. Bit of damage, but no, not even a kill.
Cryptic showing the value of the not oft-used P2000 there, or was that a P2? No, it was a P2000. I picked up a P250 off the ground.
Okay.
So, yeah, nicely done. 3K from him, and Wildcard get the pistol round. Take the lead 9-7. Likely going to get into double digits first here, especially considering ATK did not get a bomb plant out of that, so they won't get a buy up here into this round. Just Glocks, nothing else. Oh, this is going to be so tough. As opposed to having the USPs on the CT side, where you can surprise the opponent by rushing out into them. On T side, you have no choice. You have to go into their crosshairs.
Does seem like they're going to try and overwhelm Slight here. A few pistols for it. Run boost. Run boost. Oh! 1-1 trade for Cryptic is quickly here to make sure there's no actual damage.
Nicely done. That's really good cover from Cryptic, right? Because in those type of situations, once a rifle gets dropped, it can quickly get extremely dangerous if the T side has a chance to, you know, get some space and move up, but he doesn't give them any breathing room at all. Immediately closes the gap, gets a 3K and a really nice spray as well. So there's that 10th immediately. They hit the double digits, and now the pressure's on a bit for ATK. They got the 3 AKs, the SG for Bowden. Okay, we haven't seen either the SG or the AUG. And Galil for Wreck. Good util as well available.
Just Creed.
Yeah, one-shot headshot if you can tap those heads.
That's all you need. Just click heads. And a focus on the B side again, it seems, for ATK, at least initially. Bowden overwhelmed by the SMG. Able to get that kill, and that's not an auspicious start here for ATK.
Yeah.
To say the least, DJ's kind of stuck here if they want to fight him. Giving him some opportunities, but there's too many players for him to face. That's no 2 players down. This is a non-starter for ATK getting nothing. Swisher gonna try and change that, but does he realize Brett's gonna try to take corner? He does, but he can't win the duel. Put up to the task. It won't slip away. A chance still here, but the bomb is way down. Somebody's got to retrieve that. And with the double push mid, this could get very dangerous for Wreck.
Nah, he can't get back to the bomb for free now.
Got the headshot, spots the next, but he can't get the kill on Micro. Micro chasing that means this is all about Missed Him. Missed Him, I think, probably just needs to win these fights. Micro has no idea where Missed Him is right now. But they know something's up because the bomb hasn't been planted and they've conceded B. So look at the readjustment here. I don't think they ever saw the bomb, but they know something's weird.
They didn't see it, but definitely at this point, you're like, why isn't the bomb implanted?
Oh, no, Missed Him.
Oh, Missed Him's down. Makes way too much noise. Micro in perfect position to punish, and that will be it. 11-7 for Wildcard. That was on a buy-up for ATK as well, and now they'll be on the half buy, trying to make things work with likely pistols. Only maybe a MAC-10 will be thrown into the mix here. The Wildcard poised for now 12 rounds And there hasn't even been one
Perhaps.
picked
I
up
mean,
for
remember,
80K.
this mirrors the first half, right? Where
Yeah.
Wildcard got the 3-0 off the pistol, and then they drop it up against the limited buy. So let's see. Wildcard, this is a test now. That's a nice way to start. Slight with a big pick early. The clear further in towards Canal. It's all looking good, and it's a complete massacre. Just under wreck.
Yeah, no problem at all. And Slight, I mean, he was impressive with the op on the T side, where it's not exactly easy to work with it on Anubis. And now he's on the CT side. He can settle himself in and really start to dole out the damage. And he already has 1T1 and 8. He's got a plus 13 kill to that differential. He is looking as good as he has been since joining the squad back in season 44. Rex going to go down, gets flanked out by Cryptic, and that will be it. 12-7 for Wildcard. And I don't know if we talked about it, Mike, but yeah, Wildcard, formerly known as Detonate, of course. They were picked up by Wildcard on April 23rd, 2023. And Wildcard's more established, right? They have notable teams in Dota 2 and Rainbow Six Siege. So good to see them get into the mix here in Counter-Strike with, I think, a solid pickup.
Yeah, it's cool to see. It's been a long time, I think, since they've had a CS team.
Yeah.
Like a long time. I'm pretty sure they have had CS rosters before.
With
but
a different logo, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It has been a hot minute. And their GM, Jeremy 9000. Old familiar face here, John. Good old Jeremy 9000. Guy, such rosters. He was part of... Oh, I'm blanking. The Israeli org that went under. Oh, brain fart. Finest. He was part of Finest most recently.
Yes.
Spending some time with EU orgs as well, but been in ACSK for a long time. Back in the day with teams like Blackout. It's been a minute. Jeremy 9000.
What a name.
Cool to see him back in the scene with a new team and a new org.
Yeah. No, I think they used to have like a card with a Joker on it or something like that as their logo. Anyway, I can't remember exactly. But DJ's going to get the shot, and Bowden gets the follow-up. Here we go, ATK. Awakening here in this second half. Slight does have the response. He's in a position to punish them. He sees the bomb on the ground. Leg swisher, and yeah, he fought a little bit too long as Mistim does get him and makes it a 4v2, and they can recover the bomb. Oh,
that's a big one. Brett trying to go after it. And now, with 4 players alive, ATK are on the board. And that's a heck of a way to start the campaign. There will be one more bind to tank here for Wildcard. They'll have to commit a lot to it. And this round now becomes a big swinger in terms of what it might do to the remainder of this game.
Whew, yeah, 12-8, 4-round lead. But ATK, like you said, I mean, they've got money in the bank as well. So if they win this one, it could lead to a significant swing back in their favor. Nade going to get connected on. Mistim's going to get connected on with a nade toss. He goes down to 60. And Slight, well, he fades off just in time to evade the majority of the damage from a return nade. Only goes down to 89 from what could have been half health, right? If he stays in that position. Brett trying to close the gap over at connector. Sees the Molotov get tossed. Knows someone is close by, and he's going to throw the smoke immediately just to delay ATK a little bit further.
Risky there from Brett.
Yeah.
Went for the spam. Catches a dink. Back the other way as a result. Not a kill. He's fortunate to get away from that one, I think. But look at this on A. I mean, if they just go with this execute, there's no one here. There's no one on the A site. They've gone for a double mid approach instead. Now Micro's trying to adjust back into it, but with just a smoke for the utility, if they just hit, there's very little Wildcard can do about this. ATK, I don't know what they're waiting for the zip off. Here's the aggression out. That's a kill in. That might send them in. It's getting agonizing, right? They're just on the precipice of clearing into the site, but by the time they do... Right now, Wildcard's adjusting. They're bringing the numbers in, so this opportunity has decidedly been missed. Now Micro's committed into the angle, getting behind the cake as well. Flashbangs are good, but it's a little too good.
Oh, what a shot.
Uh-oh, 2 kills coming back the other way, and now, oh, this is a disaster. They'll never know, at least until they watch the demo. how many moments they had to crack into that site with no fight. But by the time they make the move, Wildcard have read it.
Oh man, it's just such a shame. The timing off for ATK. If they, like you said, had gone any time before that, it would have been great. But Wildcard had the read. They got the information they were looking for and then immediately rotated around. I mean, Slight with that shot. I mean, he's on the move, comes to a stop instantaneously as soon as he spots someone out and hits the shot in that same moment. That is just picture perfect opping. He gets 3 in the round, really helps out his teammate, which was a little bit isolated right before that. But I mean, wow, Wildcard to 13th.
I think the biggest thing is, and I mean, I think credit probably to Cryptic, but it's just the read, right? They
Yeah.
lose a kill. They lose a kill getting aggressive outside of B main, but having seen it's just DJ the Lurker, and having lost that casualty, they make the read that ATK is likely to go towards the other side of the map.
Right.
Normally, you would have almost the opposite idea, which is that ATK might try and rotate back into the side hit, knowing that it's DJ, knowing that they're not in position, knowing that the hour's late. They make a gamble and it pays off, and that's a beautiful read. Yes, the shooting wins them the round, but really, it's the adjustment.
Oh yeah, no question.
Boost up here, Wildcard. Earn themselves a lot of a reprieve, and that peek in is punished. Slight moving that off all over the map and having impact everywhere he goes.
He's unbelievable. Again, he was a free agent for 3 months at the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2021. I have to repeat that a lot because I don't know why. Maybe it was his choice. That's the only thing I can think of because he was so effective on Stripe and didn't end up working out there, but certainly is here on Wildcard. Swisher's going to get the opening frag on Freshy. There is one that came before that, but now Mistim's closed the gap here. B-side is free and clear for the taking.
And this could turn into a save. The money's still not built up, right? We talked about it before. It was swing. The bombs made the transition. I think they're going to go for this retake, but I think it's a mistake. This is a really tough one, especially with this B main control. Hiker's going to try and wrest the B main control from them, but no. Yeah, they're making the call. This is the wise call. Trying to win the war, not the battle. And this battle, not favorable circumstances. So they're backing out of this. Big round for ATK.
Yeah, you're up 5 rounds, right? It will be 4 after ATK takes this, but absolutely no reason at all to press on the panic button. ATK's only got 1 round before this in the second half. This will be their second, and Swisher spotted out, I think connected on through, I don't know, a very thick wall because the op hit him and he's only down to 78. And that will be that. Should be able to save. Oh, Micro catches off DJ. He's just jumping out with his knife out. Didn't expect Micro to be there, I guess. And yeah, so Wildcard saved the 3 rifles. They will be able to buy up here, or at least get some drops thrown around to ensure that things will end up in a pretty good place.
Half in it.
No, they're going in. They have to. Around 3 rifles, you shouldn't have that.
It's interesting. 2 SMGs, though. They prioritize the utility across the board instead of dropping guns over. So it is a little bit of an interesting one. Yeah, no, they will invest in. There was a moment. Bit of a tick. Here we go. We haven't seen the fast play into A from ATK. Especially looking like he wants to make some noise here this time. They're holding for the B main aggression. Playing anti-flash. DJ. Bowden. Swinging off of him. And mid's been left open. Rex taking a lot of space here. Finding a lot of ground. Completely uncontested at this point, and the aggression, that's what they were waiting for. That's what they were waiting to punish. And punish it they shall. Slight under pressure now. They know he's stuck, but he's going to get one. Still, oh my goodness, like, trying to fight his way out here. Slipping back by the Glizzy. He's doing so much damage. Slight! Single-handedly dismantling this. Support from Micro, but now it was all on Slight's shoulders, and this is a disaster for ATK Rec to try and recover. 40 seconds here. Gotta get the gun out because the flank is on. Ooh, he spotted him now. Knows he has to fight isolated. He's got the kill. He's got the kill, so now it's a question of where do you want to take this a foot race? Rec could even double back. Slight knows that. He's gonna hear footsteps here and towards mid. He knows it now. Rex got the Molotov in the right place, though. Slight's gonna have to take it. Whoa! Had an angle, had a window, but Rex just a little too quick, and this bomb's going down. Bomb has been planted. It all hinges on this clutch now. Numbers punched in, C4 planted. Rec coming into the fight. The scope up, that'll have been heard. Confirmation for Rec. The player's in heaven. Nail hold. Beautifully played there by Rec. A 1v2 clutch recovery to keep ATK swinging here.
Yeah, I mean, Rec played it beautifully, but that doesn't even happen if it's not for Slight getting 3 insane frags, right? He was completely isolated. The flashbang was perfect from ATK. They didn't hit the shot on him. He gets back into cover, recovers, hits one, then swings around the pillar, misses another shot, but he's in such a good spot that he's able to take cover immediately and just pop in and out, and he makes it a 2v1 in favor of Wildcard. Yes, Rec recovers beautifully and picks up the round for ATK, but still, Slight deserves a lot of credit for even making that viable for Wildcard when it looked like it was going to fall apart right off the docket.
So we got a full 5er stack in towards B. ATK have taken the same main control. Let's see if this time they just go for it or if they wait an infinite amount of time for the rotation to come through. Not seen anything. Not seen anything. Here comes aggression out B main. They tick. No one's close enough to hear this. Better get your head around, DJ. Better get your head around. Oh, the flank is on, and he'll only take 1. They're in towards the site, though. So the bomb plant should be on Rec. He's going to try and babysit the gun to great effect. Got dinked, but I think just got a collat kill.
I think it was right one after the other, right?
Was it? It was through
so.
the one player, the headshot on the second.
Maybe.
Watch the demo. Check the tape, folks. Get in chat. Was it a collat? I choose to believe it was a collat, John, because that's more fun.
Sure. Well, for your sake, Mike, let's just say it's a collat. Rec's going to get another one here. Babysitting that gun still. And now they're going to be 2 players watching. The Slight's got absolutely no chance. Maybe he'll get Rec. But no, not even. Rec drops him. That's 4K for him on the round of the anti-eco, and ATK cleaned that up quite handily. Now Wildcard will be back on the buy-up, but 13 to 11, this gap is getting closer and closer. ATK trying to tie this up.
I was gonna wonder. I was gonna say I don't think it's liable to be an op in this round. Slight goes for it. Glass cannon had just enough money, no utility.
I think
no armor for him, and considering how aggressively he likes to fight, this could be interesting.
I think with how good he's been playing with it, I like the call. I don't mind it at all. Yes, he does go for an aggressive style. Of course, that's just the way he plays. But I mean, he's been hitting those shots.
Got the spot. Utility on. They want to fight it though. They want to fight it. Bowden, waiting. And that extra little bit of utility, freshly want an extra molly in, and that's going to be punished. Micro naded down as well. This is major pressure onto that B site, and they pulled all the rotation in. But ATK, they've still got a minute 20, right? They can fade off this. Bowden's got the angle. He's daring somebody to come clear back in. Daring them to go for some information. Ping or not, this is such an advantageous fight for the offer.
Pressure on Slight again.
Flashbang to clear it. You're absolutely right. Slight, that's it. You just get the aim punch in without the armor, and now mid presence gone. It's disastrous. These 2 players need to save. The round's been conceded. The round's been lost. It's going to be ATK closing the gap to just 1.
Yeah, once ATK gets that deep mid control and Slight goes down, they've got everything covered. If you're coming in there, you're literally going to die in that situation, and you saw that happen for Cryptic. So, well, DJ likely going to get the last 2 here. There's one. Brett trying to hide behind pillar here over at Long B, and he at least gets one onto DJ, but I mean, that's going to be it, and they're going to hunt. They've got the money. Brett's in such a tough spot here. Flashbang thrown. Everyone is going to be bearing down on him. He has to hit every single shot, and it's just such a tall ass. 3 tall in fact.
What?
Did he?
He was reloading there. Jumping around. I don't know what that was about. I mean, end result is fine. His movement keeps him alive. And the kills come through. So no survivors here. An eco on deck. Board wiped clean here for Wildcard. And it's looking like we're going to get a tied game as we head into round 26. Unless Wildcard can do something spicy here with the pistols.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, certainly is. I saw a fun nade stack earlier, but it's just the 1 HE in this round, so.
There's another one. And another one.
That's a sniper of a nade. All right,
Yes.
these guys have been watching their NART videos.
I love their nade usage on this map.
They are Anubis nerds. Everybody's here in mid. Rek might be about to have a terrible day.
Yeah. He has been their best player so far, though.
He has been. So he had a nice 4K on another anti-eco to pad this out, so maybe it's time for another. Let's see. This time clearing in. Watch the first. Not able to clear the second, though, so just 1 for 1. Gun given up as well. No one there to babysit it. They've shifted into an A-take. I think that smoke on is going to make them very wary.
I think they might have a read as to what's going on here, but no. They double back.
Aggression in. The push on this fade, though. Brett's dead man. First one down. Second as well. And there's the spray down. So the stack did trigger it. Pushing in the Swisher. They now know where the last is. They're going to send the bomb away while Mistim goes to hunt.
I mean, if Wildcard just wait in that situation, they probably have more of an advantage, but I get it. You have the pistols. You want to try something cheeky. And, well, in that case, they walked into 2 crosshairs and Swisher doled out the majority of the damage, getting himself 3K. And tying this one up, 13-13. Wildcard had a 5-round lead only, it seems, a few moments ago. But that has completely evaporated. They could very well go the distance here. Nade going to get tossed to the feet of Rek, and he goes down to 57 HP. Brett, in the meantime, tossing that smoke, as they have been both sides, of course, towards Connector on a consistent basis. One of those critical smokes that you have to throw pretty much every single round on CT side.
Caution like this is going to be an A-take. Utilities out. Now they're going around the corner they go. Offensive smoke there. Mistim's passed it around the cake, and he's deleted. Nice play from Micro, but spam too much for him to overcome. The second player falls as well, so this could turn into a save right off the rip. There's just no money to spare here, right? Slights the first one in the angle. But DJ's here late, mid. Oh, DJ. DJ could be huge. They're going in to clear him out. Kills could end this before it even starts. And there's the one. Now this freezes up Freshie. There's not much he can hope to do. It makes them pause. Rek, look left. Rek, look left. Oh my goodness, Rek.
Oh, no.
Missed that one. Can't get the kill, but they've got the round, and that's what matters, John. That's what really matters. I am amazed they're rotating so sharply off of this bomb now.
It does matter that they could get the round, but I mean, another gun slips away, right? It's saved over for Wildcard, which could very well be a difference maker in the long run here.
Could be.
14-13 for ATK.
Spicy bit of positioning there for Freshie, right?
Yeah.
Flirting with danger. You could tell DJ was initially wary that a player could be close, but after no one swung on it, he's thinking, all right.
Yeah.
Guess not.
I mean, Freshie's job in that situation, I think, is just to stay alive as long as possible and ensure that Slight can escape and keep his op. But in the end, he not only keeps his gun and the op stays up as well, but he upgrades to an AK.
And he does. We'll see if they can make it have impact in this round, because they're looking at a map that was so good for them for so long, now slipping away, right? The bank has been built up for ATK, so their own losses really don't matter at this point. There's just not that many rounds left for it to affect them.
Right.
And for them, it's about closing this. 2 more rounds, all they need. And for Wildcard, it was, what, 13-10 at one point? So this has been 4 in a row back the other way.
I think it was 13-8 or at least 12-8 at one point. Like, it was a sizable lead for Wildcard that's really slipped away.
You're right. It was 12. It was 13-8.
Yeah.
Wait. Yes. Yeah. Wow. All right. So 6 rounds in a row against them. Starting to look a little dire here for Wildcard. Need a bit of that magic to come back through. It's also been a while. It's hard to critique him here because he's been so incredible this map, but it's been a while since they've been able to get Slight activated. The last time we saw him on app, it was a glass cannon, right? Now, he's got the big green in his hand. He's got the utility. He's got the armor this time. They're hoping he can create and open things up for them again.
The last time he had a frag was in that the round where they had the 2v1, right? Where he was overloaded on the B site and ended up getting 3 frags, and it was crazy. And since then, he's been completely quieted. So, yeah, they definitely need him to activate.
There he is.
As we talk about him, there we go. Opener found.
Shifting him around, but he's isolated. And so this is the right idea from ATK, right? They're trying to run this down. Utility is funneling in. They've gained the space. Molotov's going to go in. Slight can't brave it. Oh, sticks
what a good
around,
angle.
and he still gets the kill. Missed him, trying to take this. So huge impact again for the big green. Bomb will be planted. Those plants far from easy, but they've got the numbers for it. Slight still posted. Rec looks like he wants to fight. This is a really cheeky angle. Oh, that is grimy. All right, Rec, what you got for us with that off angle? Oh, not much.
Nothing.
Micro's aware of it. He's wise to that particular game, and Odin will find one. He's alone and overwhelmed. So, they need it most. Wild card. They find that off impact. They find the round.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be buy-ups for the remainder of this regulation. We will go the full 30. ATK's got plenty of cash. Same for wildcard. So, yeah. Now it's down to strats. Who can outplay the other? Nice round there for Slight. Finds the opener, and then the readjustment. I mean, look, it's not just his movement that's really good. It's his IQ right now, his CSGO IQ. Just going around and finding perfect angles to hold when he's overloaded. Says, okay, well, I'm just going to go up into heaven. I'm going to watch towards Fountain, which is the only spot they can't really see me from until they actually go into Fountain. And he finds that second frag and relieves the pressure even more so from Wildcard's shoulders and sets them up for a very strong retake up against ATK. Oh, goodness me.
Goodness indeed. Gonna pressure the A site again. It's once again Slight here. So they're braving the op. They don't know. He's been positioned up, and he's under pressure in a big way. Smoke to set himself up, and well, he rewards them. This time it's a 1-for-1, and oh, another
no.
back the other way. So redoing the attempt. This time it's working out very nicely, and Brett is under so much pressure. Bullets run out here, but so does Brett's life. Look at the health. Oh my god,
Freshie could
Freshy's
do
got
this.
a 1v2, and these players, they're both a bullet away from death.
Freshie,
This bomb's going down, but Freshie has the chance for some heroics here.
is he going to retreat?
He's reassessing. There's still plenty of time if he wants to go for the rotate, and that seems to be what he wants to do. Knows that his position
Yeah, he has to
is
go.
compromised. The opportunity here is too great. I don't know if the damage is confirmed, but certainly in a 1v2, chance is massive. Oh, they're giving him the slip, though. They got pretty good positioning for it. The bomb's only planted for that A-main spot, but they just need to pull him off this once. Oh, can't brave the Molotov. That locks him out. That locks him out. It's all about missed him now, but he slides out into the angle in just the nick of time, secures the shot, and that one was on a knife's edge. It's ATK who cuts quicker.
Oh my goodness. Look, Slight got overloaded, and it's a good call from ATK again, realizing that he's isolated. This time they get the edge on him after he finds the first, because he really had nowhere to go with the angle he was playing. Very much an off angle and a potential one and done situation, which is exactly what happens. Afterwards, the reinforcements come in, but it's just so much damage and not the frags for Wildcard. They leave two very, or I should say 3 players live up against Freshie, who gets the first, but I think he would have been better served just to go for the fight immediately there instead of rotating himself around, because that gives ATK the chance to tuck in and get behind cover, and then he has no real targets to engage with. So, down to this, Mike. Yeah.
Tough in this round. 3 players bunched up in towards B, but the utility's limited, right? Freshie just has a little bit of utility. He's got the full belt, actually, but beyond that, it's a little ropey. Swisher, the individual play. That's a massive kill coming through. See what he's got. Looking for it. Slights delivering once again, but no one's here on B. It's all just Freshie. It's all just Freshie, but he's taking the first kill. 1-for-1. This is still favoring ATK, and this bomb's going to go down. My goodness, but they're out, though, and Mistim's low, and he's getting the numbers punched in, but he doesn't realize. He doesn't realize what's happening. It all falls to Bodemaster. How's this one come apart? He's being smoked off. He has to make the play through. He knows it. And while they're spamming, they'll just hold for him. And we're going to OT. We're going for more. We're getting more rounds. I thought this looked like full control. Once they get the 1-for-1 on Freshie on B, John, the opportunity seemed grand. But instead, whew.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of extra spice and some more rounds here on Anubis when we come back. Back into the fun here for overtime. Few more rounds to play out. Few more rounds. Felt like ATK had all the momentum, wind beneath their wings, but enough damage coming back the other way. And some big plays from Wildcard keep them fighting here.
Yeah, I think the key player for Wildcard has been Slight here throughout the entirety of regulation, where when he got activated, it felt like they were winning those rounds, especially towards the tail end here. But here's Mistim with a great opener onto Brett, into Connector, 5v4, Nate sells in as well. Another one.
I don't think that they realized there was a gap in that smoke, right?
No.
There was a little ankle gap, and I think Brett, I don't even know if he was seen or if he just popped up on the mini map. But either way, it's a massive early pick to find. Just trying to retake some space in towards mid, but it's a light presence on A once more. It's just going to be left to Slight. They put a ton of responsibility on him, and he's going to deliver once again. Swisher thought he had that space, but it was just Slight swinging back in from heaven. So numbers equalized.
I mean,
Slight's rotating off. They haven't moved. They haven't gifted. And Slight haven't gotten that one kill. Yeah, big find in towards mid, but still, if this just funnels ATK into A, there's no one here to defend.
Cryptic's going to double back. He has to. They realize there's a gap here. No, he doesn't. Oh, no.
But
They
likewise,
are convinced it's B.
what's this call? Everybody's sticking around here. They're just setting up the utility, and here it comes. Here it comes. They're going to have the site. They're going to have this for free. Commit a lot of the utility to it. Only have one flash remaining. Picked off the body of a comrade. With a bomb down in a post plan here. Well, things could get very cheeky. Got a flake developing and Slight coming all the way through A main. But he's going to be slowed down by that AWP, and it's the bulk of this presence coming into heaven. It's going to have to deliver for the squad. Rack with the fight. Rack with the peek. 1-for-1. Missed him holding for it. Swing around. There it goes. Missed him. Connecting. The second player hits as well. It's all on the Slight. Well, he will get the one. He's dinked. He's dinked. A bullet will do him in. And he just doesn't have the time for this. He's backing away with that AWP. The first round of overtime goes to ATK.
Wow, that is just wild. Honestly expected one player to stick around on that A site, but they fully committed to holding on to B. That is unbelievable stuff, honestly. Slight didn't really have a chance to have much impact afterwards either. (16-15). Last time these two teams were in overtime, Wildcard took it 19-16 though, and here we go. Micro gets that opener on to Swisher. 5v4. Bowden coming in from Connector. He has been pretty impactful here with this op on the T side, considering. It's so
no,
slow.
he's playing the fade, and I think he was just sticking around.
Yeah.
There, this time Brett gets the advantage on the edge of that smoke play. Right, I think that was, again, maybe just a pop-up on the mini-map. Oh, a big kill from Rek, but he's overextended. So he catches the cave player, but he drops to Glizzy, and there's still two players here in the defense. So this one's very ropey now. Minute on the clock. Wildcard in a 4v2. Missed him and DJ. What do they got? You need some magic if this one's going to happen. Their guns on this B take. Player Glyph. Have an issue with it. Micro waiting. Patient.
There's only so much DJ can do. He's done. I mean, he gets one, but he's done. There's every single player there for a wild card round. Dusted in favor of them, and they tie it up 16-16. Last round of the first half of the first OT here. And both teams coming out with pretty convincing round victories. Who will get the edge?
It's wild, too, that they're actually so neck and neck if you just look at the scoreboard, right? Because you got this massive performance from Slight. And, I mean, Rek's having a good game, but he's not quite matching it over on the inside, right? 35 kills from Slight. This is a bit of a top-heavy one, and his teammates are still pulling their weight.
They are. I mean, overall, everyone's above a KDR of 1, so that's actually pretty solid considering how heavily Slight has been carrying the team on his shoulders in terms of impact fragging. Not forgetting that Micro did disconnect, same for Swisher, right, at the halfway mark, so
Yeah.
their score lines are not accurate.
Well, indeed they are not. Boost up, looking for a little bit of an advantage in mid, and oh, Cryptic! He gets very lucky there. They glanced away just as he goes for the info peak, so he knows what he's seeing. Not calling for the rotation just yet, but likewise, doesn't lose his life, and that's huge, and I don't think they saw him. So Cryptic, is he going to go for the face back in? He is. Spots the player now, it's known. Confirmed both ways, it's going to be pressure on towards A. This pinch could be huge. So it's Micro and Cryptic forced in towards the site. Cryptic first to fall. Micro swinging back in. Gets one, two,
goodness.
nearly the third. And Wreck actually burned alive. So a little bit awkward there. But either way, it's a 3-on-3 into the post plant.
That's such a good play from Micro. And now, oh, great hold from Bowden, but the thing is, it's traded back 2v2. Mistim and Bowden don't have the edge in terms of HP, only 119 combined, but that doesn't matter. Bowden takes down Brett, trades there as well. Freshie only has to hit one onto Mistim, and he does into the dome. Freshie, the 2K defusal comes through, and it's a 17-16 edge for Wildcard as heading to the second half of the first overtime.
That was nearly a rinse repeat of the previous 1v2 with Freshie versus Mistim and Bowden, right? This time he's a little quicker onto the trade, so it's not a true 1v2. It's sort of a more of the one-on-one, but it's a little bit of redemption there for Freshie. Couldn't get it done last time. This time he's very decisive about it. Finds the shot that he needs against a low HP player. So an edge for Wildcard. This is massive now as they head onto their T side.
Feels like history is repeating itself here. Wildcard, 2 more rounds required in order to secure this overtime and the first map and head on over to Inferno. Or I should say, sorry, Mirage. Inferno's the 3rd map, if we need it. We'll talk about Mirage afterwards, because we still got a little bit of a Nubis left. Brett. Tossing that flash on forward. Wildcard, again, very solid with the util. They have a lot of interesting ideas where they're going to throw it through. And this is just a protracted utility battle here, Mike. Wildcard holding default positions. Mistim tosses the incendiary. That will force Micro out of position, but I mean, Mistim's not aware that he's here, doesn't have the audio cues, and they are slowly but surely approaching for what will be a B execute.
Here it comes through the cave. Oh, it's spotted. It's spotted information game, but they need to react. They need to fight quickly, and Mistim doesn't realize one's gotten around the angle. Molotov just a tick late here, and they haven't gotten a kill back. 50 seconds, though. There's no commit, which is interesting. They have drawn the rotation back in towards mid, but spotting nothing here. Been a little bit of air in this. 40 seconds to go. We've seen the clock get away from Wildcard before, and now they seem to be refocusing their efforts towards the B site. Oh, Bowden is completely exposed.
Oh,
He left
no.
himself open to cave. That's a massive blunder here, and now it's all on DJ, and 1-for-1's just not good enough. Wildcard set for map point here. Bomb going down. A retake will certainly be attempted. There's very little to operate with, and one of Wreck or Swisher needs to be an absolute hero here if they're going to make this happen. No fights being given. Nothing easy being allowed over. And they're going to back away.
Okay.
I'm honestly surprised, since I don't think this save makes a difference.
No, it does not.
They are going to back away. They don't have the time. They don't want to check it. They don't want to chance it.
I mean, the money should be good enough to get a buy-up of whatever they want in the next round, but hey, didn't have the time, decided to fall back and maybe garner a bit of momentum with some exit frags.
Like, theoretical world where they win the round, but only one player stays alive, and maybe the extra money makes a difference?
No.
It's possible. but it does seem a mite bit conservative considering the circumstances. And now Wildcard just need one of these next two. One more round.
And they got the double op now for ATK, so we'll see if they'll be able to defend with that. I mean, they probably get the double op anyway, even without the save, but hey.
Why not? See if it's difference maker. Swisher! Not expecting that aggression. Brett flying through, catching that kill as well. Now the doors of mid have been blown off, and look at this refocus from ATK. Everyone's back here to try and fight this. And Rek, he's going to get overwhelmed. He's getting chased down. They spotted him. Another 1-for-1, and he's in such a tough spot. How do you even try and stay alive here with that AWP? But he can't watch everything at once. He just can't. He's going to get the flank. That's a massive kill. That allows this retake to actually happen. And Bowden making it happen with the USP. So now they're fighting back towards mid. What does DJ have for us? Nothing. It's Slight all the way again for his 37th kill of the game. And time's ticking away. Rack or Bowden, both the AWPs. They gotta be the hero. It's Bowden Master for the first. And it's all on a Slight now. A battle of all of the ops. And posted up, Rack will find the kill he needs to deliver ATK from the clutches of defeat.
I can't believe Wildcard lets that one slip away. They had all the control. They took the site so decisively, but unable to hang on in the post plant. An excellent retake. Full credit to ATK, of course, to get that 17th round and even have 2 alive out of it. But I mean, Wildcard, that is another round that they let slip by, and we've seen a lot of those in regulation, right? I mean, they probably could have taken it in the first 30 rounds of this map if they had been more effective on their anti-ecos, but here we are again, not an anti-eco that time, but just not the best of post-plant holds, and Bowden peeks out into B main, and he finds himself a first frag, 5v4 in favor of ATK, could even get the second. He slips away at the very least, and actually exposes DJ, who had utility in his hands. Would have been better for Bowden to peek.
DJ has had some of these banger rounds. Sorry, Brett, rather.
Brett,
not DJ. Has had some of these banger kills in the last couple, right? That kill in the mid in the last now. A quick stick on towards B in here.
Goodness.
Bowden Master goes down. Let's see what they've got. Group up here for Wildcard. Towards mid. Looking for a fight. They're not going to get it. We've seen them be very content to play with the time on the clock, right, John? They're very content to let some seconds slip off of this one. So they'll just take a breath, pause, and now shift in towards a very empty mid.
35 seconds left for Wildcard to work with, all bunched up at mid. If someone was here for ATK, they really could all at the damage, but they're not. Only one at the A site. Where does Wildcard decide to go with all this control? If they go to the B site, that'll be the tougher one to take, but maybe they catch ATK off guard, not realizing the possibility of them being in Palace, and indeed, Swisher's not even watching this, neither is Mr. There's one, probably the second, indeed, Cryptic the 2K, it's all up to Rek in a 1v4 post-plant situation.
This one's looking done, this one's looking dusted. This would be a wild round for Rek, and even on timing, it's going to be a challenge. He's going to make his choice to go through B main, and this is the longer rotation as opposed to dropping down and risking the cave, and he's just been heard. Cryptic's just heard this. He's drawing all of his teammates back over. Rek gets to a rifle at least, but now he knows that they know because the utilities come through, and this one's just impossible. On the smoke fade, he's a goner, and it will be Wildcard to move up 1-0 in this series. An absolute brawl on Anubis, right? They were in control for portions of that map, but then they had to battle back to secure overtime, and they locked this out. That's a really impressive win.
Yeah.